Hello, thank you so much for dropping by this video. A warm welcome to anyone who's new to this channel. I got a really interesting question in the comments section. Someone asked, can healing energy help you to look younger and help with wrinkles? So first, a little context. So this channel is all about how to take in, to receive an actual energy that can actually heal. I've experienced it in my own body. I've literally met hundreds of people who've experienced it in their own bodies. I've literally heard hundreds of reports with doctors monitoring and documenting these healings, and many of which medically impossible healings, including a few I've experienced myself, which were absolutely medically impossible. A very dramatic one was I had a second-degree burn on my thumb. That's where the top layer of skin is permanently burnt off. That's what the doctor told me, that the part of the skin that regenerates had been destroyed and it would never grow back. And I had that for about 3 years. And then I found out about this practice of receiving healing energy and some of the ideas connected with it. And I was in a group setting where we were all receiving this healing energy together, and all of a sudden I started to just spontaneously go like this. And I looked at my finger and I didn't know what was going on, but when I looked underneath it, I was shocked. The bright red spot that I'd had for 3 years was no longer bright red. It was light red. I didn't know what to make of it, but I watched it over the next week go from light red to pinkish to light pink to pale to skin color. And then I watched the actual fingerprint grow back. That was the first of many healings I've experienced. And if you tell me an illness or a medical condition, I've either healed it in myself, I know someone personally who's healed it, or I've heard a medically documented report, meaning documented by an actual doctor, of a healing of that condition. The thing is, we as human beings, we like to put limits on things. We don't just like to, we need to. As human beings, we have limits. However, everything that I'm talking about here is based on really a fact of life, which no one can really deny. And that is, something made this vast universe. The energy expenditure to create a universe is unfathomable. The amount of energy and power it would take to make a planet beyond our comprehension. And yet our planet is just one teeny, teeny, tiny planet. So this is based on the idea that there is a limitless, infinite power that not only that made all of this, but is actually available, is actually accessible and available to help us and can actually heal. Now, I was very skeptical about this. I called myself a devout agnostic when I first found this. But I was desperate. I had many, many health problems, and the doctors, no solution. No, I literally had 7 or 8 very serious health problems. I was watching my body deteriorate in front of my eyes. And in a 9-month period, all of them healed. Through this practice of taking in healing life energy, and again, practicing some very simple, universal, you could say spiritual ideas or principles. Now, this isn't connected with any religion. It's universal ideas that you'll find at the foundation, really, of any religion. So now that I've set the stage, let's talk about the specific question. Will this work to help people to look younger and their wrinkles are a problem for them? So first of all, look younger? Absolutely yes. Any form of spiritual practice that you do, you'll literally radiate and glow. When I go look in the mirror after meditating, my face just looks, I look like a different person. And so that's just that's kind of the least help, is that any good helpful spiritual practice, you're going to radiate and glow. You're going to, because, and specifically with this practice, this is about taking in life energy. So you actually be literally radiant with aliveness. Now, now to get more specific, this energy can do anything. It can make dead cells regenerate. I wasn't there, but I had multiple friends who were at a conference where someone who had one foot, one leg that was about 3/4 of an inch shorter than the other leg. She was in her 50s. The woman was in her 50s. She'd been born that way. And if you can imagine, 3/4 of an inch may not sound like a lot, but it's quite a bit when you imagine walking. You know, she walked with a bit of a lurch. She was morning, and her legs were equal length. I wasn't there, but I've heard it directly from many people who were at the conference where this happened. She was speechless. You know, she got up to try and talk about it, and she just like sat down and cried because she'd had this her whole life. So, from a medical point of view, it's beyond impossible. It's absolutely impossible. And yet this person has all the medical records to prove that that she was born with this and had this her whole life. So when approaching this idea of healing life energy, we have to just kind of put our human limits to the side and open up to, again, even the most hardened atheist would say the amount of energy, the sheer energy and power and force that was required to make this universe beyond our comprehension. We can't even begin to you can't even think about it, much less measure how much energy is required to make a universe. So that's as far as someone who doesn't have any kind of spiritual or religious belief will go. They'll say, oh, yes, it was a vast amount of energy, but it was some mechanical process. Well, since before recorded history, well, I mean, we only have records up until, for as long as we've had history throughout the ages, cross culture, cross country, cross religions, people have reported miraculous phenomenon that then defy the laws of physics, chemistry, and biology. I was, as I said, quite agnostic about this myself until I experienced it in my own body. So wrinkles, so looking younger, easy peasy. Wrinkles, well, if this energy can regenerate dead cells so that skin regrows and a fingerprint comes back, you tell me, can this energy heal wrinkles? So if you'd like to know more about this, please click on the link below. And if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comment section below this video. And a warm welcome to anyone who's new to this. Whatever brings you to this channel, whether it's physical health, emotional health, relationship trouble, job trouble, just not feeling a sense of purpose in life. Whatever problem, because as human beings, we all have problems. That's part of what being a human is facing those as I said, facing those limitations, right? Having limitations, facing them and dealing with them. Whatever the problem or limitation or challenge that brings you to this channel, please be open to the idea that there is a power that is infinitely greater than all of your problems and is accessible to anyone and everyone, even people with wrinkles. Thank you so much for joining in. Look forward to hearing your comments and hearing your experiences. Thanks so much. Take care.